when Elizabeth Arden came out with mascara, for example, Helena Rubinstein trumped her with waterproof mascara. So basically, we owe those aisles at Sephora to these two gals. And this piece is based on a book called War Paint, written by a British journalist named Lindy Woodhead. And her remarkable achievement is to tell dual biographies, the stories of both women. And it was James LuPone who read it and gave it to the producer David Stone and said, this would make a hell of a musical for two powerhouse ladies. And David said, great, write it. And James said, well, I don't think I'm right for it. So very luckily, David came to me and my colleagues, Scott Frankel and Michael Corey, and the director Michael Greif, and asked us to adapt it. And now we have the wonderful Patti LuPone as Helena Rubinstein and Christine Ebersole as Elizabeth Arden. And so in a way, the book was certainly seductive because the subject matter is fantastic and really a window into American cultural history and the way that we both perceive women and how women would like to be perceived. And the very mixed blessing these women left behind. They were in their day as well known as Henry Ford or Thomas Edison, and each was at a certain moment in their career the richest known woman in the world. So they broke every glass ceiling. But by the same token, a lot of women would suggest the legacy they left is a troubling one, because it's one that preys upon our insecurities and insists we can always look better. So that felt like thematically rich territory. So as appealing as the book was, and I was certainly sold on it, it was the cast that also made it irresistible, because I kept imagining it would be like, you know, it's 1958 and somebody just asked me to write a show for Ethel Merman and Mary Martin, and you just can't say no to that. So it's been irresistible fun. Human lives are messy and chaotic and not always thematically unified. And the great fiction of art, or even theology, is that our lives do have order and content and consequence and meaning. Art takes the randomness that we face every day and crafts it into something we can wrap our brains around and actually use. And so with these two women, the great challenge has been not simply telling their life stories, but finding those isolated moments in their lives when they came into particular conflict, and that conflict illustrated something larger or more profound about the human experience. So it's a case of telescoping the biography to find the moments that are truly worthy of drama, because just, you know, they were born, they grew up, they succeeded, they died, is unsatisfying. So that's been the biggest challenge of the material.